Hello, everybody, and welcome to Improv College's House Team Evening Wear. I'm your host, Vinny Francois, and we've got a lovely improvised show for you tonight with the crew. Hi, everybody. It's so lovely to be here with you here on YouTube on this lovely Valentine's Day. We hope you're having a lovely day, and I hope you had a great time, and maybe there's more love ahead of you today's show being one of those lovely things on your docket. As we go along, our show is improvised, 100% made up, inspired by your suggestions. And what we're going to ask for you today is in our chat. This is where we get you to participate. If you could put in the chat something that you love. What is it that you love most or least? Or medium, anything that you love to a certain degree. Really not going to put a quantity on love, are we? Something that you're passionate about, someone that you're passionate about, a place that you're passionate about, an activity that you love, something that you can give us and that will inspire our narrative to take off and launch into Narrative Town. So if you could put that in the YouTube chat, we'd really appreciate it. Just type it in there. And as you're doing it, let's say hi to the members of Evening Wear, shall we? Let's give a warm welcome to Deb. Come on out, Deb, and say hello. Hey.
Hello.
Let's say hi to Marilyn. Hey, Marilyn. Come on out, Melissa. Oh, lovely. And Thomas, let's say hi. Hey. And finally, last but not least, it's Brett. Come on out. Hey, Brett. Oh, that's a sweetheart. Oh, wonderful. Oh, sweetheart. Get it? All right. Let's take a look at the chat, shall we? What have people shared with us? Oh, we have. Oh, can we give a shout out to Ron, who can't be with us tonight, but is watching in the chat? Hi, Ron. We miss you. What do we have here? Oh, blowing bubbles, cooking curry, cooking cats. Hopefully, not the same thing. So hopefully those are two separate things, cooking and cats. So we have cooking curry, we have cooking, we have cats, we have blowing bubbles, the color red, hearing laughter. Oh, all of these are wonderful. So many great bad dad jokes, walking in the woods, science. So many great suggestions. I've thrown them all out there. Hopefully someone in Evening Wear is taking notes or has already gotten an inspired scene in mind. So thank you so much for all those suggestions. Without any further ado, here comes Evening Wear, headed your way.
Jan? Oh, Jan, there you are. Oh, thanks for coming into the lab today. I am so excited to show you where I'm getting with your experiments.
Oh, that's wonderful, Julie. Thank you for inviting me in. You know, I've been waiting for a few weeks for this big day, so can't wait.
Yep. Well, you know, I never thought I would be doing this with my extensive sciencey background and many years of work and so much expense, but your cat is now 80% more cuddly.
Oh, Julie, you are, don't tell the others, but you are by far my most favorite granddaughter.
Can I hint at it though?
A little bit, okay.
Okay.
Julie, you did this all by yourself? You are incredibly intelligent.
Oh, Graham, I get it from you.
Oh, Julie.
Just because you had to stay home and raise all your siblings, we know how smart you are. You kept everything running. Mom always talks about you.
Okay, and look at you starting your own science lab. I mean, how many people do you have working under you now? 5, 6?
Oh, I'm hoping for 8 if the intern budget comes through, you know.
Oh my gosh. And it will with all of that knowledge and all of these ideas you have.
I just, you know, what I'm excited about is to, you know, my specific interests in making animals happier and cuddlier. I just really want there to be greater science literacy in the general population.
Oh,
Right? I mean, back when you explained to me about how clouds weren't giants' breath and smoke when I was a
no.
kid, I mean, at first I was upset, but then I was amazed.
And that's where it all, I mean, it was like a snowball effect after that, wasn't it? Then just questions. Why this? What's that? Why does a tree have bark? Why do cars have wheels? So many questions.
I know, and it's just, I'm inspired by you, and you help me really understand the world more and not be fooled by nonsense. And I just can't wait for that to happen. Right?
Absolutely. And Julie, I want you to know that I'm here to support you. And I mean, how can I not be here to support you when you've made my cat 80% cuddlier?
I
Who
know,
knew?
Benny. I mean, Benny was pretty cute to begin with, but I mean, now he'll be a lap cat forever.
He will be forever. However long that may be, he will be here with me. I mean, he's
We could work on longevity later.
Hey, Doc, I don't know what's going on with these chinchillas, but they keep fighting and then mating and then fighting. It's like back and forth, you know? I'm trying to really figure this one out. Yeah, Tony can tell you, he's been monitoring them all day and
We got a bad bunch of chinchillas.
well, see, that's what we thought too, but we think it might be the treatment that we're giving these chinchillas that, you know, has got them all rowdy. I don't think we can blame the animals now, can we?
No, I'm going to go feed them right now.
All right. All right. So you think maybe the constant rave music is not lifting their spirits, it's actually agitating them?
Look, Doc, I didn't want to say this while Tony was in the room, but I think the rave music has turned these chinchillas into little monsters. I mean, if you wanted to sacrifice the whole lot of them, I would understand.
Well, I mean, I wanted to give Tony a chance, right? Like
Yeah.
he's a good kid.
Yeah, I guess
The
I
intern
just,
program is not going as smoothly as I wanted.
yeah,
I
I guess not. I mean, look, we gave him an inch and he took a mile. Um, I thought that the kind of dead mouse music for the chinchillas was kind of a cute idea, but yeah, it turned them into absolute, you know, little animal psychopaths.
yeah, that's it's not great. I guess my leadership skills need some, you know, tweaking. I
Well,
just
Doc,
I
Doc,
thought
sorry,
no.
I just want to say that we all really believe in the project that you've got going here. And even though those chinchillas turned out to be violent and horny beyond our wildest dreams, I think that there is a future possible where we can make animals more comfortable, more ethically bred, and happier.
And I mean, I didn't want to mention it in front of the others, but Big Chinchilla has been offering us some money. And I feel like that's maybe led me a bit astray just to be a little bit more dynamic. And
Oh.
I just, the whole animal, successful and humane and ethical animal husbandry thing, I have to get this right. You don't understand what is at stake. I
Doc.
promised my Grammy that I would be a leader in this community, and I just
Doc, I'm sorry, but when I joined this lab, I was assured that we would not take any money from Godchilla. That corporation is pure evil. They destroyed Japan. Many of the buildings were destroyed by the policies enacted by Godchilla, and now you're taking money from them?
I was naive. I was selfish. I thought we could turn it around with them. But you know, the CEO there, oh God, Frank is a nightmare. And
Oh.
if I if I don't find a way to get funding for this, everything is just going to fall apart because, oh my God, I have staked my entire identity on this. I don't think you understand. I don't have a personal life. Everything I do is science-based. And if I don't have a successful science lab, I'm nothing.
Well, Doc, I understand that, but for me, my principles are more important. If you don't find a different way to fund this lab, I might walk.
I get it. I think I support that, and I will find different funding because Frank is trying really hard to make us do even worse things than listen to the interns. They're,
Yes.
you know,
Corporations are famously evil for encouraging people to allow their interns to make decisions.
Tony, my boy, come in here. Come into my office. Tony,
Yeah.
yes, you've been in the lab for some time.
Yes, I have. I've been checking it out for you, Mr. Zilla.
Well, I'm glad. I'm hearing some reports. Well, I read something, a little post-it notes. You're getting these chillas crazy, I heard.
Yes, the plan is working perfectly. It's just brilliant. They're going nuts in there. Let me tell you, Mr. Zilla, it's a gong show, basically.
Soon enough, we'll be able to release them in the wild, and they're gonna wreak havoc in the cities.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
They're going to
They're
take
gonna
over.
scare everybody's little dogs and cats, just their regular animals. No, the chillas are gonna be all over the place. Well, Tony, you stay low in there, but
Oh,
keep
yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Yeah. I don't think they're too happy with me, Mr. Zilla. I mean, I've been keeping a low profile, but you know, the fact that the chinchillas are acting out like this is kind of shone a light on me. So I'm trying to fly below the radar as much as I can, but it's tough.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm sure you'll come up with an idea. Let's see. Well, maybe you can start replacing them. Start giving me some of the evil one. I'll start planting them.
That sounds good. That sounds good. We'll work out an exchange. I'll get the rotation going so we get some fresh ones in, get you the ones that are messed up.
Great. I love the sound of that, Tony. Thank you. Doing a
You
great job.
Thank you, Mr. Zilla.
Well, Julie, oh, Julie's not
Oh,
here. You're here instead today?
Sorry, no, I was just grabbing a folder. I'm going to be out of your hair in 1 second.
Okay, no worries. Oh, Julie, there you are.
Yeah, sorry,
There you
guys.
are. Listen, I mean, I brought the whole herd of goats in for you. So where have you got a pen or something for me to throw them into?
I handcrafted. I was all last week. I've been handcrafting this beautiful pen with an outside view, but I've still controlled all the variables. It's just down the hall to your left. Are the goats in a good mood? What do you?
Oh yeah. No, yeah, they were all part of a yoga session this morning. You know that new goat yoga? I've been trying that out. So they are chill. Couple of chill goats. Well, more than a couple. There's about 10 of them.
Kathy, you are fantastic. You're so creative with your animal procurement, and it is so important to just make sure that the animals we start with are just stable. If not happy. Happy would be good, but stable.
Stable. Yeah. No, that's a good tip. Gosh, you got some good tips. Good tips.
I'm putting it in the next memo just to make sure everybody's super clear. Really super important.
We don't want them overexcited. We happy is okay, but like chill and calm and grounded is where we want the animals to start.
Yeah.
No, I got that. That's why these goats are all stretched out and ready for whatever business you got planned for them in that specially constructed pen over there.
Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna see if we can make them jump higher just through, calisthenics.
No. No, that's incredible. You know, this could really get your name out there, eh? Could really get your name out into hey, what's that science publication that you've been hoping to get into? The Animals Are Us.
Oh, only the super smartest science get in there.
Oh, you could get there though, Julie, eh? You really could. I mean, starting with goats and just moving your way up the animal ladder.
That would be so exciting, Kathy.
Tony, come back in here.
Oh, coming, Mr. Zilla.
Did I hear right? Goats in the lab?
Yeah, they're expanding.
Well, this is what we need. Godzilla, Godzilla, go chinchillas. I think we have something amazing.
Yeah.
That we can create.
Interbreeding, it's the perfect idea, Mr. Zilla. I've already started to sort of see how I can mix them between the cages, you know. I've got an idea to get them intermingling.
This is perfect. And probably it's gonna throw them off in the lab, right? Goats
yeah.
are, I mean, they're pretty calm at the beginning, but after they get the chinchilla power, I think we can get them pretty hyped up.
Yeah, and you know how they climb on roofs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. They're gonna wreak havoc.
I mean, we're just gonna be putting them all over the place. I feel they're gonna just ruin crops, and people are gonna need to. They're just gonna ruin cities, ruin people's lives, and people will have to come to me for all their needs.
Exactly, Mr. Zilla. You're gonna be the hero because you're gonna supply all people's needs for sure.
Yes, Godzilla Corp is gonna take over the world. First, we start with the goat chillas. All right.
I think people are gonna love it. They're gonna think it's a great idea once they catch on, right? They're not gonna realize that it's really a devastating thing.
Well, yes, they need to not catch on too quickly. Only when, you know, crops start disappearing and all of the pets as well.
Right.
But I love what I'm hearing. I love what's going on in this lab. It's more than I've expected. I love it.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens next. But I'm on board, Mr. Zilla, 100%, and I'm on it totally. Trust me.
Tony, you've been so helpful. A promotion is in store for you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Zilla. You are extremely generous. Thank you.
Oh, I love them. I love what you're doing here. This is so beautiful. Oh, the goats, the chinchillas, the different regions. I love this. This is like a laboratory habitat hybrid. Tell me more, please.
Oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Spencer. I and my team have been working so hard to just really further animal husbandry and science to make sure that they're happy. And I mean, there's some side projects, like I'm really interested to see if we can make goats jump higher.
Oh, yes, I love side projects. I love jumping high. Look, I've seen more than enough. I think I would love to give you what I've got in my pocketbook, which is not much, mind you, but I have some friends and they're animal lovers too. And I think if I, spread the word, people are going to be really excited about what's going on here.
Oh, Mrs. Spencer, I've heard so much from you from Grammy. I know that you've been such a kind neighbor to her, and I can't believe you're extending this generosity to my passions. No matter what it is, we're looking for ethical funding, and I am, whatever your amount is, I am delighted to put it towards my work.
Well, if you think selling my Rice Krispie squares once a week in addition to my pension is ethical, then I think you might be all set. You see, people of my age, my friends, we think of animals differently than the young folk. For them, it's all about ownership and abuse and violence, but we want to see the animals thrive and flourish like we were able to do back in the day.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I'm a little bit concerned about the pension. If you have budget concerns.
No, no, no. This is a city where pensions are incredibly generous,
Oh,
and we're able to do charitable work until the day we die with it.
that's wonderful. I didn't want to put you out. I can comfortably take whatever donation you'd
Yes.
like. And if you'd like to spread the word to your
I will say some of that money does come from my husband, who's doing unethical things to humans. I hope that's not a problem.
why don't we just skate on past that? We can
I'm just kidding. That's not true at all. I'm an old woman. I don't have a mafioso husband.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Mrs. Spencer, you're such a joker. Oh,
My husband's been dead for 15 years. Don't worry about it.
wonderful. Okay.
Julie, watch your head. Watch your head as you're stepping into the helicopter. Now, yes, I'm gonna show you what these goat chillas are doing. I know that you've not wanted to meet with me in a long time, but you know, the Canadians, they've had enough. A lot of more people are gluten intolerant. And if you can see, look at these fields. Half of Saskatchewan is already destroyed. Yes, no more wheat. It's gonna create a brand new diet for Canadians. Your goat chillas are doing great. Look at this.
Oh,
And I have a lot more money for you for your lab because we are gonna put these Godzillas all over the world.
Frank, no, this isn't sustainable. If they eat everything at triple the rate of any other herbivore, if you destroy the environment, everything will collapse on itself.
Well, I mean, we're doing great here. We're destroying the wheat. I hate wheat. All since my youth, when my mother would only feed me sandwiches up to the age of 5, I don't want no more wheat. And I think it'll be a gain for everybody, every Canadian.
Frank, you have a complex backstory. Okay.
Julie, what you need to know is I have money for you.
Frank, I don't know why the goat chillas are doing this in the wild. It didn't show up in the lab, and I cannot in good conscience take more money from you. You know that I am trying to operate on 100% ethically sourced funding that isn't linked to any large industry.
This is the ethical thing to do for Canadians.
No, Frank, when you look at the big picture, it is not. And even though this horrible disaster you're showing me is going to really mess up the project and derail things and delay it, I cannot take more of your money.
Well, this is the last time that I bring you on my helicopter, Miss Julie. But I'm sure you'll come back because a lot of people are pro non-gluten. A lot more people are pro this project.
Have you considered rice?
I like rice.
Rice and pea protein is a viable alternate. They make toast out of that.
Well,
And pasta and the whole angry gluten thing. You have many options, Frank.
well, listen, I'm not a scientist, but I have money, so you tell me.
Yes, I know. You're very fond of saying that. I know you have lots of money. Frank, your money can't buy everything. That's all I have to say to you.
Well, Jan, I have to admit, I didn't just invite you over today to talk about reading The Kite Runner.
You didn't?
No, although it is an excellent novel, I actually have an ulterior motive.
Oh my gosh, Beth, you do this to me almost every week. What is it this week?
Well, I don't think your granddaughter has it in her to ask for help, but I think she needs it right now.
No. Julie is a strong young woman. Look at all that she's built. You can't possibly think she's...
Well, I just think she's in trouble. I think her lab is in trouble. It needs a new source of funding. And I thought if we rallied together some of the girls, we could put together a pension here, a bake sale there. We could save this lab.
Oh, Beth, what an idea. We could even call in the knitting club from the next town over. From
Yes,
Castleville. We could call all of the
absolutely.
ladies from there.
Those socks will just go in a minute. I
Oh,
love
you
those
know
things.
it.
They keep me warm in the winter months.
We do. And did you hear they've started knitting mittens like those ones that
Oh
Mr.
my
Sanders
goodness.
has?
Well, it doesn't sound like we'll have to put in much effort, Jan. It sounds like this lab is basically saved.
It is. Absolutely, Beth. Okay, let's get on the phones and call up all that we can. You focus on the ones here and I'll call the ones in Castleville.
Absolutely.
We'll
I've
rally
got
the
my
troops.
little black book. Every
Oh,
person I've ever spoken to, their number's written down right here.
Beth, do you know what this reminds me of?
What, Jan?
Back when we were in our 20s and we were
Oh.
rallying people together for the sock hop.
Yes, back then, oh, we put quite a number together. And
Did we ever?
I met my Harold there as well.
You did, yes, sirree, you sure did. Well, let's get on this. It's time to bring the ladies together.
There you go. That's it. I like to see you guys mating. Interbreeding looks really good.
Tony!
Yes, Julie. How's it going?
Mhm.
Oh, isn't it lovely, Goatchilla? Don't you just?
You're beautiful, sweetie. There you go. You're beautiful. Tony, what have I
Yes.
told you about filming the animals with your personal phone?
Well, I just, they're so cute. I just had to have something to, when I'm in bed at night, I just love watching it and reviewing what happened during the day.
Okay, that
It's just
sounds
for personal
alarming.
use.
Nope. This is all super alarming and disturbing. No more personal phone recordings for you. And I have noticed that our animals, their ear tags with the barcodes, you know how we keep track of them, the control group, the experiment group?
Of course, yeah.
I did some checking in the back data, and it seems like some of those ear tags have been switched.
I highly doubt that, Julie. We're really on top of that kind of thing.
Tony, you're supposed to be on top of that kind of thing, but I finally got around to doing the audit I've been meaning to do, and I think it's very clear where all the disturbing errors and lack of follow-up on bizarre behaviors are coming from. And this does not look like a simple error.
Well,
It looks like you were absolutely sabotaging this project.
oh my gosh, Julie. I mean, I can't imagine that you would think that. I'm working long hours, and I think that the stress is probably just the stress, Julie.
The stress is causing you to sabotage the project.
I mean, make mistakes, like if I got it wrong, it's just a mistake.
What was that? What was that? Can you hand me your phone, please?
It's my personal phone,
Yep.
Julie.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's what I thought. Frank insists that anytime he calls, you change the ringer to Thunderstruck so that you have an exciting moment before you answer. And this is him. Why is Frank calling you, Tony?
Well, he likes to hear what's going on in the lab, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I feel it is your place as the most junior person here who I gave a break to. It is your place to contact him behind my back with God knows what else is on this phone.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to do the right thing here. I mean, surely you can appreciate that, Julie.
So you think the right thing is, Tony, I have this terrible feeling that this sample of goat chili urine. Oops! Oh, I am so clumsy.
Oh my gosh.
We are going to have to restart so many experiments because I cannot tell what the F is going on. Right, buddy? I know you're. Tony, you are fired. I am going to blacklist you amongst the scientific community, and Frank is going to hear about this because obviously you two concocted some sort of terrible plan.
Well, fine. I'm sure he's interested in me if you're not.
Have at it.
What are you telling me? A bunch of kids on the what? The Reddit are messing up with my stock? And what? They've devalued my company? No, there must be something we can do.
I'm sorry. Somehow they got into the block coin and the Doge coin. I don't know what that is, but I've been.
And I heard it all started with their grandmothers telling them to mess up my companies.
Yeah, it seems like old ladies know like a surprising amount about the stock market. They were talking about short selling, and now all their sort of failure grandsons have been investing or something.
And they're already making my life hell with all these bake sales that are saving labs around the country. I have no control over scientists. Listen, you got to do something for me.
Well, I'd love to, but the stock market is kind of a chaotic beast. You know, I can't stop a bunch of weirdo teenagers from buying shares in the Humane Society as much as I'd like to.
You know what? We have to get the government involved. I say they stop everything. I have some friends in high places. We can just put everything on hold.
Mr. Zilla, if you're saying what I think you're saying and you want me to call the president.
That's right. And right now we have a great excuse. Let's cut the funding to the labs. Let's stop the labs. Stop all the labs.
I will send an immediate order to the president requesting that all lab funding is stopped until we can figure this out.
That's right. There be no messing with Godzilla if they're messing with my stuff.
Yeah, I'll come up with a catchier way to say that, but yeah, I'll definitely pass that along.
That's why you're my main man.
All right, Frank.
Dean, call the president. I want this done.
Right after lunch.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Dr. Julie. I mean, I just get the orders. I had to lock the doors. It's not my fault. I really, I mean, this is my job too, cleaning this place, but I
Ben, I understand. It's not your fault. I didn't even know the president could shut down private labs.
No. Me neither. I mean, I didn't even think like you were known well enough to have the attention of the president, Dr. Julie.
It's bizarre. It is from left field.
Right.
I mean, I guess I will call a lawyer so we can at least get someone in to feed the animals because like we can't just leave them.
No, I mean they're still in there. I didn't know what else to do. They said 11 o'clock. You lock those doors and get out. And I'm really sorry, Dr. Julie.
Glenn, it is not your fault. I mean, you have a job you have to do, and I will find a lawyer or whatever. I mean, if I have to, I will break in to feed them. Not that that's your fault.
The court is now in session. We will hear the arguments of Dr. Julie Shalovitz versus the president. this is a very high profile case, but we are going to have to make it snappy. So Dr. Julie, I'd like to hear your remarks as to what seems to be the ethical mishap here.
Honestly, I feel the ethical mishap here is that the president somehow got involved in shutting down a small local lab, and I didn't even think presidents could do that. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and I need to get back in to feed the animals. We also have experiments that are time sensitive and require constant data collection. This is a
Well, I hear you, Dr. Julie, but in order to open that lab, you're going to have an independent source of funding, some way of keeping it open without any corporate donations or government funding. Do you have something lined up for that?
Well, I just, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. Grammy.
Yeah?
Grammy, no,
Julie.
this is a really bad time to call.
No.
I'm in court.
Julie, I've got really good news. Beth and I got all the ladies together from all the different villages. We've got enough money to not only fund your experiments, but open up the doors of your lab again. Julie, you're back on.
Grandma, I can't believe your stock plan worked. You're a freaking genius.
We all love you. Now, Julie, you go in there and kick some butt. We're all here for you.
Okay, love you, Grammy. Okay, bye. Yeah.
Bye, love you.
Sorry about that, Mr. President. It's pretty unorthodox to take a phone call during the court session, but
Exactly. I mean, I feel like my time isn't being honored here, and this whole business about this lab being unethical, and I had to shut it down, you know.
sure. And I know, Frank, you're taking a lot of time out of your busy schedule as well, Mr. Zilla. So for you to appear in court next to the president is really appreciated. But Julie, it seems like you have an update here.
Yes, I am very pleased to announce that Frank, I have independent funding for this lab just confirmed, and we will not need to take any kind of corporate or government money, and we can operate completely independently. Your Honor, all we need is for you to notarize that I am cutting all ties with Frank, who doesn't seem to know that rice and pea protein is a frickin' option.
Well,
And that money can't buy everything.
Well, unfortunately, as a judge, I do have to dole out a punishment, even though the problem seems to be solved. And unfortunately, Frank, you're the only person who hasn't, sort of had a word during this court case. So I sentence you to 2 weeks of community service in the wheat fields. And Julie, you can open your lab using the funding, which I have just notarized with this gavel bang. Bang, bang.
I'm gonna appeal this.
Yeah, you're going to be peeling a lot of wheat is what you're going to be appealing.
Oh, Julie, I heard the news and no, wait, I have to tell you, I picked up the first copy. I was dropping the goats off next door and I popped over to the corner store, you know, Bill's corner store, and you'll never believe what I got the first copy of. Animals Are Us. And inside is your paper.
Oh, Kathy, you are so thoughtful and creative, and I can't believe Bob managed to get that in.
Oh, he did. He ordered in as many as he possibly could. They are so well stocked. The whole community is going to come out and get one. We're so proud of you, Julie.
I am so touched. The community really did come together for this. And, you know, being the lead female scientist in the most prestigious journal there is just really going to lay a lot of groundwork for not just, you know, other female scientists, but little girls who don't even know that getting into this is an option. And, you know, I heard that there's even going to be an expose on Frank in the local Horrible Inquirer equivalent, and this just could not even be happier about everything.
That
Did
is
you
just
know
the
he's-
icing on the cake, Julie, isn't it? Just the icing on the cake.
I mean, the goats have never been happier. The chinchillas, the goat chillas,
The
like
Coachillas.
we're really gonna change the face of the world and science. I mean, this is a real step towards mitigating climate change issues.
It is, because this isn't just about the people, Julie. You have brought the animals to light, the rights and the love that all animals deserve.
And you know, it's a team effort. I mean, Kathy, just the light and the joy you brought in every day throughout many trying months. I mean the goat yoga. Now that we bring people in to do the goat yoga, I mean
With the Coachillas, the Coachilla yoga too. Big hit.
it's a wonderful community builder. It's relaxing for the animals. It's really a beautiful place to work.
It is. I am just so glad to be here. I come in, like you said, every day calm, and then I leave happy.
Oh yeah.
Achoo! Achoo! What am I supposed to do? Ah!
Yeah, you're supposed to get that wheat for me. That's what you're supposed to do.
Goodness, you're gonna have to keep me safe because a bunch of people from the SPCA are looking for me as well.
Hey, you better get deep inside that wheat maze if you want to stay safe.
And we're gonna end it here. Poor Frank Zilla. We're sorry, everybody. Yeah, Frank had to pay for their terrible crimes. Come on out, Evening Wear. That was such a wonderful show. I can't think of a more appropriate Valentine's Day show than a women in STEM story. It's beautiful. Great work, Evening Wear. Thank you to everybody in the chat. We really appreciated all of those wonderful comments. And yes, we did pay attention to that last request, and I hope it paid off for you all as much as it did for me. Thank you to all our viewers. Thank you to Evening Wear. Please support us. You can just subscribe to our channel and stay tuned to all of our shows. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another wonderful outing by Evening Wear and all of our other wonderful house teams. So I hope you have a great rest of your wonderful Valentine's Day. And I hope you have more love ahead of you. From all of us, take care and have a great rest of your day. Bye.